Hi, this is Busby from Ableton Ideas, and this is video 3 about why I like to work with long audio files in my Ableton Live projects. And the sample I'm going to use this time is about 1.5 minutes long, so compared to some of the files I'm using, it's not so long. And here I've just recorded myself running a stick along the bars of a fence. As before, I've made an instrument rack comprised of 4 chains, each containing a simpler. The ranges are equally distributed. I've mapped the chain selector to a macro knob, oops, wrong way, in the instrument rack. And again, I've just varied the start playback position in each of the simplers. And yeah, this is really simple. I've just made a 1-bar MIDI clip with 1 MIDI note in it and just duplicated it. And if I just open up the track automation, show the chain selector, then you can see I've done the same again really. I've just automated the chain selector so that as the track plays, it switches between the simplers in the instrument rack. So I'll just play this really quick. So as I said, it's kind of similar to the effect in the previous video about making the hi-hat sound, in the sense that the release opens up on the second simpler and therefore it plays more with a long sample file, but this time it plays a nice variety of hits instead of the sustained hissing noise which made that nice hi-hat tail in the previous video. So I'm focusing more here on the type of sample that I've used as opposed to the technique I'm using. So what I like here is the timing of the hits isn't rigid, the velocity naturally varies, the sound naturally varies, and it's not just a one-shot sample that's had a delay stuck on it. And as I said before, I know it's possible to create variation with delays and reverbs, and I'm not saying anything against using that method, but it just takes me much less time using this long sample method, I find anyway, to find something that I like and that's a bit more unusual and a bit more fun and a bit more natural sounding. So I'm just going to play that in the context of the track actually. So. Okay, so just another quick example, obviously using the same sample, it's a second variation from that sample, and again just using the same MIDI note to trigger the sound, and I'll quickly solo it and play it through. Alright, so what I've done here this time was I just isolated a 3-hit section of the sample, and the ADSR settings are open enough so that the 3 hits in the section all play. And then in the final bar I've extended that, let's just stop that a minute. Yeah, in the final bar I've extended the isolated section beyond the 3 hits, opened up the ADSR more so that the other hits play, and then I've looped the final hit in this selection. So let's play that all together a minute. So again, there's this nice, naturally occurring variety of sound. The delay tail is nice and interesting. There's good variation in the timing and the velocity of the hits, and the loop section can be used as a build into something else. And I haven't done anything complicated. Well, I've not really put any effects on it. Well, I have. Well, a bit of EQ and compression. And then I'm getting that nice widening sound from a plugin called M Unison by Melder Productions, and you'll probably hear me go on about them a lot. I absolutely love those plugins. I'm absolutely mad about them. But there you go. That's again, as I said, nice naturally occurring dynamics and variety, and also I love the timing on this kind of off the grid kind of timing effect.